Not a lot of changes in the top 10, specifically no changes inside the top 6. We did see, as projected, Texas A&M picked up one single first place vote after a dominant win against LSU in Tiger Stadium. Indiana holding tight with 11. So that was an Ohio State vote that ended up flipping over the Aggies' way. Some minor shuffling inside of the top 10. Then we see soft, I think, landing spots. Oklahoma falls just to number 18 after taking its second loss of the season. Missouri, after losing to Vanderbilt, down 4 spots to number 19. Shuffling at the edge of the rankings as projected. We've got Houston breaking in. USC makes a return. Utah makes a return after a walloping of the Colorado Buffs. Good gracious. And Memphis, of course, replaces South Florida after beating South Florida. That means South Florida is out, though not too far. They are down there at 26, 27, 28, 29, 30th in voting points. Iowa and Washington, Tom, no respect. No respect for Iowa and Washington as they finish at 27 and 28 respectively. Any big issues with what's going? We talked a lot during tomorrow's top 25 today on Saturday night about the edge of the rankings. Disappointed there with what you see, or do you understand the voters' behavior?
I'm disappointed with plenty of things. I have more questions than disappointment though. Like Washington, I think should be ranked. I do find it funny that USC, a team that has lost 2 of its last 3 games and did not play last week, suddenly climbs back into the poll off of their performance in practice.
But still behind the Michigan team that they beat.
Still behind the Michigan team that they beat. Yeah. But like, I feel like Washington should be ranked. I think Iowa should be ranked, but at least I understand why Iowa's not ranked, because if you look at the resume, like their best win was Minnesota. And so if you're basing it off a resume, fine. But, as somebody who's more how you play than who you play, I feel like Iowa's one of the 25 best teams in the country right now. But I have questions for you guys that I would wonder if you guys could give me answers for.
I can try.
All right. So Tennessee is 14. And then there's not another 2-loss team until Oklahoma at 18. So why is Tennessee 6-2 so much better than everybody else's 6-2 and 5-2 when the teams that Tennessee have beaten are Syracuse, Eastern Tennessee, UAB, Mississippi State, Arkansas, and Kentucky?
Yeah, I don't get this one. And I would lump Missouri in with there, Tom.
Absolutely.
Missouri's beaten a Kansas team that is nothing special, and a South Carolina team that's not going to make a bowl. That's some pretty clear SEC bias showing up in the polls.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, if you're a voter, you may push back and say, okay, I think that they are much better teams than this Virginia team, which is like a complete luck box and is probably like, do any power ratings have UVA even in the top 30?
Some do.
Okay. Like, I mean,
Virginia lost the success rate battle to North Carolina.
They did.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Hang up banner.
Hang up freaking banner. 8 Super Bowl rings and 1 success rate win for Bill Belichick.
But is Tennessee's resume better than Missouri's?
Not the same, but it's resume loss season. Like, hey, you lost
good
SEC
losses.
teams, so we're going to rank you in the top 15. Because another one that goes the same way. Like, and this is one where you can look at power ratings, and the team that's ranked below in the opinion poll is ranked ahead in most power ratings. Why is Ole Miss so much better than Miami? Is beating Oklahoma that much more impressive than beating Notre Dame? Both of their losses have come to 6-1 teams. So why is there such a wide gap between the Rebels and the Hurricanes?
I think Ole Miss beating Oklahoma on the road is more impressive than beating Notre Dame at home.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So when Oklahoma finishes 7-5, will you still feel that way?
Yes.
I think OU's schedule is 2 losses harder than Notre Dame's.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
We're split. That's splitting hairs. I don't think that's an SEC bias. I think that is an overreaction to Ole Miss going into that game.
No, an Ole Miss team that has not won an SEC game by more than 1 score is more impressive to you than Miami. Because that 8-point win over Oklahoma is their biggest win of the season from a score differential as far as against other SEC teams. And they've played Kentucky, Arkansas, LSU, and Oklahoma.
But Ole Miss
they beat Washington State by 3.
Ole Miss hasn't no-showed.
They no-showed against Washington State.
When did Miami no-show?
Lost.
Yeah,
What?
when did Miami no-show?
Against Louisville.
But that was a
They
good
lost by
team.
3.
Like, that's not a no-show. That's a really good football team. And their quarterback threw 4 picks.
Yeah.
And they still almost won the game.
almost won the game.
I mean, look, the no-show against Washington State, you could probably say is a choice.
I mean, they
A
beat Florida.
calculated risk.
They beat Florida by
Right.
11 more points than any other SEC team that Ole Miss has beaten.
And Bama has some really good wins. But that loss is by far the worst loss of any of the one-loss teams. And it's just so in the rear view. It's like, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. That baffles me how, because I put out mine and I had Miami ahead of Alabama and they were all upset. Like, oh, look at all these wins that Alabama has. And I said, well, they do have a common opponent on the same field that we saw one win convincingly and one get beat by 2 touchdowns.
Look, and to be clear, like I'm not arguing that Ole Miss shouldn't be ranked 7th. I'm fine with Ole Miss at 7. I just don't understand why they're 7 and Miami's like 10th. They have very similar resumes to me, and I would argue Miami's is slightly better. So it's more, why is Miami so underrated by voters? Is it because they all watched them lose to Louisville, but they didn't really watch Ole Miss against Kentucky and Arkansas?
Did they go to bed at halftime?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe, because it was 7-7 at halftime. And you're thinking, oh, boy, Miami's going to lay an egg. But you know what good teams do? They score 35 unanswered in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah.
One final question.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll shut up. Why are Kurt Kenny and Haley Sawyer still putting LSU on their ballots?
Whoa.
Shut up.
No way.
Yeah, I have no idea on this.
Kurt Kenny has him 20th. Haley Sawyer has him 21st.
I mean,
That's a 5-3 team.
Wow. We need to do an audit over who has votes and who doesn't and who should lose them.
Whoa. Whoa.
Woo.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, did that game fly under the radar this weekend or something? You didn't see it? You didn't hear about it? I feel like there's a lot of stuff that came out of that.
haven't got to it yet on the rewatch.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
I think Haley covers USC, so maybe they had a bye week, so she just took the weekend off.
The weekend off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, missed it.
Tough scene.